Alright then, UFC 248 predictions, let's do this. So the first fight I'll be predicting will be Jard Cannonier versus, well, it's interesting because obviously Whittaker had to pull out. Um, you know, he wasn't able to fight, sadly. Um, so we've got Till and Gastelum, who are the most eligible people to fight him. So I'll go through what I think would happen if he fought Till or Gastelum. So if he fights Gastelum, Gastelum's quite good, quite fluent with his movement, a lot similar to Till, but Gastelum's got more of a good wrestling game. I mean, if you saw Gastelum's fight with Till, Gastelum managed to take him down twice as well. He's got very good defensive grappling, as was shown in the Jacare Souza fight. And he's got a lot of heart, as was shown in the Israel Adesanya fight. You know, he's getting hit quite a bit, and he was getting battered in some of the moments, like especially right at the end of the fight, he was getting hit quite hard and nearly finished. But Gastelum just kept coming forward, and he's just ridiculously tough, you know. And he's got one hell of a chin on him. But a Cannonier, I've picked against him so many times. When he fought Branch, I was like, oh, you know, this guy lost at light heavyweight. You know, usually when you go up, you do better, don't you? Because you don't have to cut all the water. So he ain't going to beat David Branch. David Branch is so skilled. And then, lo and behold, he knocked out David Branch against Silva. For some reason, I just thought, oh, Silva's going to win. Silva's got this, you know. He's got this. I think he can do it. Close one, but I think he can do it. And then Cannonier, well, Silva broke his leg again. And then Jack Hernansson, I was thinking, Hernansson tapped out David Branch, a Henzo Gracie black belt, in like 40 seconds. Now, and obviously, being a black belt in the gi, you know, if your grappling game's really gi heavy, it won't make much of a difference in the MMA because it's no gi. But you know, there's still certain things in there that can make a difference. But anyway, he was unlucky. He got caught in the guillotine, you know, and well, not unlucky, but Jack Hernansson was just better. So I thought Hernanssen's going to be able to beat Cannonier. He's doing well. He wrestled him a bit. He suplexed him, you know, and all that cool stuff. But then Cannonier just managed to knock him out, and I was like, oh man, I've been doubting Cannonier all these times just because he wasn't really that good at light heavyweight. You know, he was against some really big guys at light heavyweight, like Jan Blachowicz, Dominic Reyes, you know. Those guys, just really, really big, tough guys. So him going down to middleweight, you know. Yeah, he's quite big, and it must be a hard cut, but fair play to him at the end of the day because it's worked out quite nicely at the moment. He also fought Glover Teixeira as well, and Teixeira was better than him. I remember Teixeira just outclassed him. But yeah, so hopefully Cannonier can continue winning, I guess, you know, fair play to him. So if he does fight Gastelum, not only because I picked against Cannonier all the time, I just feel he can do it. I feel like he can. Gastelum will keep coming forward, and Cannonier will just be able to keep picking him off with really hard punches and knocking him, you know, and eventually get the knockout. I don't think his wrestling will pay a factor because Jack Hernansson, he was sort of like, you know, really good. He was sort of like submission grappler wrestling, not pure wrestling, because obviously they don't have. I don't think they have a lot of wrestling programs in Sweden or Norway, wherever he's from. So yeah. So I see Cannonier. I meant like in the Jack Hernansson fight, sorry, but I see Cannonier knocking out Gastelum. And so if he fought Till, I mean, Till did beat Gastelum. He got him in the clinch a few times whenever Gastelum took him down. Till got back up. Till wasn't leaning back like he did in the Masvidal fight. You know, he was fighting a bit smarter now. He was using a lot more of his footwork. He was chopping away with the leg kicks. But obviously it was quite a close fight. I've babbled on about Cannonier enough. So I just feel like Cannonier will be able to beat Till as well. Till, even though he's quite good, he does leave himself open still. So I feel like, you know, Cannonier will be able to land a big one and then Till will get knocked out. So no matter what happens, I think Cannonier is knocking someone out, whoever he ends up fighting. So yeah. Next fight I'll be predicting is Weili Zhang versus Joanna Jędrzejczyk. So yeah, this will be a very, very interesting one because Weili Zhang, from what I've seen from a lot of her fights, you know, she does like have a bit of a sometimes, you know, she's really aggressive coming forward like mad. Sometimes she's like tip-tapping people, you know, side kicks, back kicks, you know. But then she keeps it at a decent range, and she goes in for the clinch. Either they come into her or she goes into them. Then she just manages to get a trip and keep them on the ground. She usually does keep people on the ground a lot of the time. Not like as soon as she gets them there, I mean, and then, but usually she's just tip-tapping people a lot of the time. A fight against Andrade, you know, Andrade just had no respect for Weili's striking, you know, at all, really. She just came charging forward, then she got clipped on the way, and then just absolutely battered in the clinch. Then she went flying across the ring, then she went down, and then Weili just absolutely just kicked her ass, didn't she? So she's a beast, but Joanna Jędrzejczyk, you know, she's beaten so many people, and her stand-up's just insane. Weili Zhang's had a few kickboxing fights, but I think she's lost 2 and won 1. But Joanna's had, I think Joanna has fought in kickboxing. Well, she obviously has, but I mean, like, I remember, I think it is. No, she has done a bit of Thai boxing, some Thai boxing fights as well, because I remember that Shevchenko had fought her in Muay Thai a few times, and you know, she beat her. So and obviously Joanna and Shevchenko fought in MMA, and Shevchenko still won because it was a weight division above. Oh no, it was just Thai boxing amateur. Here we go, 40 wins and 3 losses. Kickboxing, 27 wins, so that's good. I mean, 37 wins and 3 losses. Sorry. And so she's done quite a lot of stand up, and yeah, she's only in the MMA. Obviously, she lost to someone who was much bigger than her, but she also lost to Rose Namajunas as well. Got knocked out by her, then had a fairly, you know, it was a bit close, but you could tell Rose won that fight. So yeah, and then she beat Michelle Watterson quite comfortably as well, and she beat Tisha Torres quite comfortably. I remember in between Rose Namajunas and Shevchenko fights. So yeah, her stand-up's just so good. I don't see her being able to take not Rose, sorry. I don't see Weili being able to take Joanna down, to be honest with you. I just see Joanna, you know, keeping her at the distance and just battering her for like 5 rounds. So I think Joanna Jędrzejczyk gets it a unanimous decision. Next fight is Romero versus Israel Adesanya. This will be quite a good one, to be fair. To really, you know, well, Romero's quite wrestling heavy and uses his hands quite a bit, and Israel's just a little bit of grappling, a little bit of Brazilian jiu-jitsu and submissions, but mostly all the kickboxing, isn't he? He's just, you know, I've doubted Israel a few times when I shouldn't have. Like, no, most of the time I did pick him to win, to be fair, apart from that Whittaker fight. And Whittaker was just too predictable in that one. He kept lunging forward all the time, trying to land a few big shots, and Israel was just out of the way. And Whittaker was, you know, in out all the time with big shots, then all the way back out again. But then Israel dropped him at the end of the first, and then just knocked him out in the second, so the rest is history. Romero hasn't fought in ages. He did do quite well against Costa. A lot of people say he won that fight. Personally, I would have given it a draw. They should have ran it back. But yeah, you know, against a lot of these taller guys like Rockhold, I know Wyman's only 2 inches taller, but still, I feel like Romero does thrive against these sort of guys. Costa, I think, wasn't he around the same height as Romero, or maybe 1 inch taller? Still, he doesn't, you know, I just feel like he can just tap you and just knock you out cold, you know. And that Costa fight was just a big, massive brawl. And, you know, Israel was in the pocket with Whittaker, but I feel like if he does that against Romero, he's done for, in my opinion. He's absolutely done for. So, but will he make those mistakes, you know, because Israel's just a genius with the stand-up. So, it's just such a hard one, isn't it? I just keep thinking to myself that Romero's just going to tap him, like, just land that big shot, just clip him, and then Israel's just out of it, totally out of it. Because the thing is, Israel was saying in one of the interviews that a lot of people fall into Romero's trap. Like how you think he's tired, and then he just puts on the gas and just comes forward loads and those, and he backs off and you think he's tired, then he just puts on the gas again. And Israel says he's not going to fall into that trap. But I just don't know, man. I just don't know. It's just a really difficult one to call, isn't it? So, yeah. I think Romero will get a KO. That's just what I'm going for. Let's see what happens. I won't be surprised if Israel just wrecks him. But yeah, I think Romero will get the KO. That's my prediction. So those are my predictions. Thanks for watching. See ya.